Hello fam, and welcome to another news update from Niger Newsmonger. Please remember to like, share, comment and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Happy new month, my people. Well, there's so much going on, so I'm just going to get right into it. But what I'll tell you is that it seems like it's court cases galore, like lawsuits everywhere. So if you don't have a lawyer or you don't have money for lawyers, I beg waka jeje. Hey. So you all know the drama going on in the Senate now with Senator Natasha Akpoti slapping a lawsuit alleging SEX UAL harassment against the Senate president, and seeking 100 billion in damages. Listen to her account of what happened.
Yes, so many people do not know what I'm about to say, but I'm going to speak my own truth. And the Senate president is allowed to counter that. It all started on the 8th of December, 2023, which was a day before his birthday and my birthday. We are birthday mates. We were all in Akwa Ibom because he had a big fanfare in the stadium. Myself, my husband, and a few of his close friends, we went to Akwa Ibom. And at first, we were at Ikot Ekpene. We were in his house in Ikot Ekpene. Then we all moved to his house in Uyo, which was about 8 p.m. And he held my hand and said he wanted to show me around his house. My husband was walking behind us, just three of us. We're walking around from room to room. He showed me the beautiful interior. This was done by this, by that, this designer here, he bought this from us. Like, oh, it's beautiful. And then I noticed that he hastened his pace while still holding my hand. And my husband was behind, still on his phone, but he was catching up whenever he could. And then he got to this particular sitting room, and he said, "Do you like my house?" I said, "Of course, sir. Every room, beautiful, nice interior, quality taste." He said, "Now that you're a senator, I'm going to create a time for us to come spend quality moments here. You will enjoy it." At that point, I just pulled away, and I was like, I don't really understand what exactly that meant. But then my husband now, when I turned around, I saw my husband was already near me, and the way my husband looked at me and looked at him, I was beginning to wonder, did he hear part of that inciting statements or not? And then the Senate president, too, I saw that he also had that thought, like, did my husband hear the invitation to treat or not? So then the Senate president now said, "Oh, by the way, let me show you my chapel." He has a chapel in his house as well. So when we were going to the chapel, we walked in silence and all. So that evening, before we left the Senate president's house at about 11 midnight to the 4 points in Ikot Ekpene. And my husband asked me, "Natasha, what did the Senate president whisper to you? What was he telling you?" I thought, should I tell him that he was speaking about bringing me in here at a special time for us to have a good time? Or should I just kill it there, wrap it as if there was nothing? Because tomorrow was a big day. I know how much my husband adores the Senate president. He loves him as a brother. My husband would do anything to support him. So I told my husband, nothing. I can't remember what I created, but I just gave him some words to manage, to mask what was said. When we laid in bed, I lay to my right, and my husband wrapped his arms around me, and he said, "My love, you can't tell me anything. What did the Senate president tell you?" Again, I was like, "Don't you believe me?" I said, "Nothing. Nothing. Moreover, it's my birthday in a few minutes. Let's just be happy." Then my husband told me he doesn't want to see me travel out of the country alone, and I should not go to the Senate president's house because he has a guest house where many senators do go there, after office to get approvals and all that. So I told him, okay, no problems. That was it. I thought that was going to be the end. But then, in February, I wanted to move a motion. I wanted to move a motion for the investigation on the ills of corrupt practice in Ajakuta Steel Company. I listed that motion 5 times. It was the 6th time that it was listed on the order paper that was approved. Many senators can testify to that. Each time the motion is listed, just before he takes it, he will say, "Oh, Senator Natasha, we can't take this motion because the board of the Senate does not accommodate it." Or he will speak on others and then let it drag so that just before my motion is taken, the time will be well spent and won't. So he kept on doing that. I went to him in his office. And I said, Senate President, you know how important this Ajaokuta Steel Company to me is. You know how important it is to my people and to Nigerians. I've noticed that you have stepped down this motion. As a matter of fact, a number of senators told me, go and see him and plead with him so that he would take it. I was like, sir, please, why can't you take this motion? It's very important. It's been listed. Then it was listed the third time and stepped down. He then said, Natasha, I'm the chief presiding officer of the Senate. You can enjoy a whole lot if you take care of me and make me happy. At that point, I said, sir, I'll pretend that I didn't hear this. He said, well, the ball is in your court. I left his office, and when I got home, I told my husband, I didn't tell my husband what happened. I just told my husband, please, can you speak to the Senate President to allow my motion scale through? I think I also spoke to the DSP, to the leader, Senator Payme. I spoke to a number of senators that they should please intervene and allow him to laugh. I never told them what happened. My husband had to take a trip to London. Then the Senate President traveled to London. My husband met with the Senate President in London and pleaded with him, let my wife take this motion on Ajaokuta. That is very important to her.
Okay. All right, Senator Natasha.
Said, okay, that he did not take it because he was protecting me. Hold on, please. He didn't take it because he was protecting me. Protecting me from what? Anyway, at the time my demotion was taken, it was the Deputy Senate President, His Excellency Barra, that actually sat. The Senate President stood up and walked out. So it was... Please, let me say this, Ayo. You know the situation we see in universities whereby a student is continuously being failed just because she has not slept with the lecturer. That's what I've been facing.
Now, you have you heard, let me say the latest, that the wife of the Senate President, Mrs. Ekaite Godswill-Akpabio, she has also filed multiple lawsuits of about 200 billion naira, 250 billion naira against Senator Natasha Akpoti over those allegations leveled against her husband. You know, the fundamental rights suit number CV/814/25 was filed under Section 34(1)A of the 1999 Constitution as amended, and Article 4 and 5 of the African Charter on Human and People's Rights, Ratification and Enforcement Act, CAPA 9, under the laws of the Federation of Nigeria of 2004. You know, among the things that she is seeking, that is Mrs. Akpabio, is a declaration that the allegations made by the respondents, which is Senator Natasha Akpoti, on the floor of the Senate on the 20th of February of this year, and subsequent scandalous and salacious allegations on Arise News TV by the respondent, constitute a flagrant violation of the fundamental rights of the applicant, that's of herself, as guaranteed under Section 34(1)A of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, and so on and so forth. She also asked for an order of perpetual injunction restraining Senator Natasha Akpoti from making further insightful, scandalous, and spiteful statements that have caused herself and her children emotional and psychological abuse and living under constant threat and FEAR of their lives. Okay. You know, the Senate President's wife, when she initially responded to Senator Natasha Akpoti's allegations, had said that Senator Natasha was lying, you know, and that her husband is a disciplined man. You know, like most Nigerian men now, they are so disciplined. Hey. And yeah, so that's about that one, because, you know, there's just so much to talk about. But my people, how wanna see this matter now? Please comment now. If I say comment now, I no go kuku comment now. I go just read Waka Pass. Hey, Waka Pass readers, when I repent, this is 2025. At least comment, react, let us know what you think. So, you know, I told you that this month, court month, if you know once wahala, I say, what did I say? Your 2 years, you waka jeje, because court matter full everywhere. The next item we are talking about is still court. We never leave the court premises. We are still there, and that is where we were. Obasa came there too. The ex-speaker of Lagos State House of Assembly. He too, he has taken the current speaker, Mojisola Miranda, and the entire members of the Lagos State House of Assembly to court. He is also demanding what? 1 billion. All of them are billion, then Sabina. No million, no. I've warned you. Don't look for trouble, no. He is seeking what? $1 billion. Dollars, ke? What's you? Naira new. In damages, saying that the impeachment caused him what? Trauma. Pele. Obasa. I feel for him. Look, you know, somebody that just went on vacation, allegedly with his baby, only for him to hear say, Ishe tibo. Na so then they do Auntie Mojisola, show that be. Emo se be mo. Emo se be mo. Ni ba yin da si mo. Te ba tun daru ju báyìí lọ. Ẹ tún ṣe o. So, moving on, we still never leave the court premises. Although this time we move quite, you know, just a little bit to the side. We move to EFCC side. Who did we see there? Now, we already reported now. Jude Okoye, elder brother of P-Square, have been a defunct P-Square. Lema pe anyone Simo at Igbabeo. So, we saw Jude there. You know, I reported it in my last video. So, waiting can happen today now. Paul, one of the twins, was in court to secure the release of his darling elder brother. He even used he staked his Ikoyi property as a surety. Brother good, brotherhood. From this, Abiba only what she call it, you know. Portable water, what calling for? Yeah, my brotherhood. Oh yeah, let us move on direct to serious business. So, remember, as I said, Jude was remanded in Ikoyi Correctional Facility, not EFCC's facility, because according to them it was full. But I know it's because they wanted Jude to go and chop beans in Ikoyi Correctional Facility. That's why they refused to put him in EFCC. You know, so he was held there over allegations of money laundering amounting to 1.38 billion naira, $1 million, and 34,000 pounds. I bet when these people they see all this money safe, Anyway, so watch what Paul had to say about the whole thing now.
Let's call a spade a spade. Peter is the one putting you to this thing. Simple. You people stop writing whatever you want. It's Peter that is doing this, and I'm here. He's putting him in prison. I'm here to bring him out.
Okay, now so, but Peter is your brother too.
I didn't deny that he's not my brother. Okay.
So are you saying you're tilting towards Peter more than?
I understand the issues because you know why.
Sorry, towards Jude more than Peter.
It has nothing to do. I'm only standing for the truth. Because let me tell you something. The same crime they accuse him that he did, then Peter is guilty, Paul is guilty.
You know, Paul also wrote on his Instagram page exactly what he wants. These two shall pass. Stay strong, brother Jude NGs. Well, yeah, I said it all now. I imagine the he was talking about in this instance would be Peter, his twin brother. These two guys, if I be their manager, I will advise them, even as soon as they fight like this, like two like cat and mouse. Make una kuku manage, go let their lawyers work together, their managers and even their lawyers work together to put them in Guinness Book of Records, World Records, as the most discordant twins in history. Because I don't think I've seen anywhere, and I really read news, no they pass me. I've never seen a pair of twins fighting like these two. I beg, make una even make money out of that fight now. As una no gree settle. Me, if I say make anybody will even say make una no settle, you go remember small make I curse the person. Make una no settle. Continue fighting, yeah. Continue fighting, because I already made a case here. Say make una no fight again. No, say your mom, your late mom should not be happy. I know what I'm saying. But you know what? Fight. Tell about fight. Ole dinyi. Ema fight ilo shetigbo. But as you are fighting, I beg, try go to Guinness Book of Records. Make them Kukuma do what? Make them give an award. At least in Nigeria, we will have another. After Hilda Bachi, we never get another award. Make una do it. Make una help us collect another award. I beg. Nonsense. I beg, I'm moving on, Jerry. My people, even as I move on, finish. Now, court side, we still there. Oh, who did we see there? About Wigwe and co. You've all heard the story now. Grandfather, granddaughter. So now, Herbert's sister has come out to clarify, say it is not their father that it's not their father is fighting his granddaughter or taking his granddaughter to court. He's saying Igboje Imukwede say that man's Gogon, that is Herbert's friend that he entrusted everything to, say na he can dey orchestrate all these things. How about now? Oh yeah, make una watch the video because make una say Naija newsmonger she too talk where she find this kind gist again. Oh yeah, now watch it for yourself.
By mediators, and he said because he believed that my father was using the money he was providing for him to pay lawyers to sue him, and so he would not give him any money because he believed the money was coming from it's from his pocket, Igboje. And we said, oh, thank you so much for being so gracious, but we believe that Herbert's estate has enough money to look after his parents, so please can we get an interim we'll file an interim application of the court to let us know Herbert's interest in Access Bank, 10-gen, coronation, his life insurance, and all the things that pertain to Herbert. Worse than it is, I take you a little bit back. Chizzy, to tell you how close my family is, when Chizzy graduated from university, we have a family culture. Every single person in the family was present. My siblings, my children, other people's children were all present. From the mother's side, from the father's side, plus friends. Igboje, Aliko, all of them, Derotubu, Idero. We took up almost the whole hotel in Ritz-Carlton and another hotel because that is the precedent Herbert, because Herbert was heavy on family and heavy on education, and that's the family we come from. We have pictures to show. When it was time, Tochi was graduating in June, July.
Last year.
Yeah, last year, after Herbert passed on. None of us was allowed there.
Really?
No. Igboje took Tochi by himself. So if you see the pictures, it's Igboje, Tochi, Uche, Iderog, and then they invited my sister who lives in Canada. She could join. My father will never fight a child of his. In fact, he told Igboje and Usoro repeatedly, he's never been to court all his life. So he is completely averse to court. And he said to them, we need to work as one. We will never go to court over any issue. So I believed that they now rode on the back of that. And we had begun to hear snippets of the fact that they're going to pitch him, to really give him the punch, pitch him against his granddaughter. And we didn't believe it would come to.
I think when I don't see him, you don't take your eyes see him, Sha. Now, can we say money is evil or what? You know? But Nigerians, not just Nigerians, generally, I was going to say Nigerian men, but, you know, women too, we're coming up, women rights wills. Please, for God's sake, don't be trusting any friend. You can barely trust your sibling, brother and sister. Not be two twins, they fight, so Peter and Paul. So how much more friend? Don't be trusting your friends with your will. So maybe when Herbert wrote this will, maybe his children were underage. I will understand that, because in that case, you don't have a choice. You must put somebody. Now, why did he not put his siblings? See the sister. She looks like a sensible person. Why you not put her? Now you for put family, even though family they fight to us, we've seen with those two boys. I don't want to curse them, but I don't tell the same. If una stop to the fight, anyway, I don't finish that matter. If I hear say una stop to the fight, well, I will throw you. No stop to fight, oh. Sorry, Jare. So now back to this Wigwe matter. Please, if you're writing a will, if your children, if they are over 18, just your children and call them and advise them. Me, I'm talking from personal experience. No be hearsay, no be say now because I read this. No, don't put friends. You cannot trust them. What I've seen friends do to people in this life where I come, so I think say if I come in another life, if I see friend I fit jump reach mass before I stop jumping. I'm telling you, don't be putting friends on your will. It does not make sense. if your kids are over 18, just put your kids, sit them down and explain the whole thing to them. Keep praying for them that God will guide them. Pray. Yes, I still believe in prayers. We all do, I believe. Pray, but keep advising your children. This is if I pass. This is how I want you to do it. Don't fight each other. This, that. It's only if they are not up to 18, then you have to look for somebody. Put your sibling now. At least, God willing, you go have one sibling wey make sense. Put that one. No, they put Fred. Hi. Anyway, let's move on, Jare. So, finally, my people, who be this girl wey say, Bona boy, Chika? Chika, come, reach Jerusalem, and come, deliver on the goods, say, Lamborghini. Ha, Bona boy, Shora Yelode, how you go do this kind of thing now? Okay, but I know you can afford it, so please give the girl, let us drink water and keep cup. Give her, the promise is a promise. What's your problem? But if you can't get money, but I know you have, but if you don't want to spend that kind of money, maybe this as they call it, show the problem money. I don't know for you. If the team no gonna deliver as promised, at least give the girl keke napep, please. I beg you. Give the girl what? Keke napep, please. I have forgotten the name of this Obi Kubana. I be like said in they sell better keke napep. Go to his company, buy the better keke napep for this girl now. Bona boy, what's your problem? You are too high profile to be involved in this kind of gist. If you don't take time, we go send your matter to the people who give you award for America. Say you dey spoil their name for here. Anyway, guys, well, it's enough. We don't talk enough for today. I dey go. I beg, I get work. If I after I don't show now all this now, tomorrow if I look 50 views, share people. So please share. Let people do what? Let people hear all these court matter things, and of course our thoughts. Put your comments too in the comment section. Share, I beg. And of course like. So we've come to the end of today's blog. As I said, please take time to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Hit it. And follow us so we don't get Facebook page, the same name, Naija News Monger. Even if we don't get Instagram page. So maybe we'll try follow us there too. And I'll see you in the next one. Aiga Fu say Anjima. Oh, Dabo.